Hey everybody, welcome to Test Chamber. I'm Kyle Hilliard. I got Wojcik here with me.
Hello, Kyle.
I also have intern Kevin Slackie here with me.
Hey.
We are looking at Pokemon Moon in particular. Sun and Moon is out now in our reviews on the site. Wade is he loves Pokemon from back in the day.
I am a big nostalgia guy with Pokemon.
And you haven't really touched the new stuff.
The 151 or bust is my motto.
And then Kevin on the other side is like, you've been kind of playing them all consistently, right?
I had to give up on Alpha Sapphire and Ruby because I got too deep.
Too deep.
How many Pokemon are there now, Kyle, officially?
I think officially there are 200 million now. I think it's probably in the 800 now. Jeez. Kevin, do you know?
It has to be, yeah, it's got to be an 800 because I think the last generation ended off at like 791.
So like the original 151 have been so distilled down. Do you even have like a chance to catch any of them in this game?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's tons of old school Pokemon in here.
And this looks great, first of all. I love how this looks. Where are we?
So this is your hometown. This is... Let me go. I'm talking to my little guy there on the bottom.
Oh, what is this?
He's my Pokedex, who has now become like a sentient... He's like the soul of a Pokemon inside a computer.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
You're thinking about it too much.
No, because... But the Pokedex in old Pokemon was just a little computer, like a little cell phone. That you carried
now
around.
It has a personality. It can talk to you. It gives you hints about where to go.
So it's possessed by a ghost Pokemon named Rotom, and it's funny because Rotom used to be like one of the biggest in competitive play, specifically like Rotom Mo, because it was a grass ghost that was just this weird. Rotom has been very ridiculous, and so this is just a natural progression for the Pokemon.
And is your Pokedex now that weird square or star-shaped thing? It looks like a children's toy.
It doesn't look like that when you go into the menus. And so we've kind of already gotten off track here a little bit, which is totally fine. But what we're kind of looking at in this video, and what I said in my review, is that like Pokemon Sun and Moon really does feel like a lot different than previous Pokemon games. Like X and Y kind of pushed it into the world of 3D in a big way, which felt like a big change. But here, I feel like they changed more. They got rid of gym badges. Now you're doing trials.
What?
The way you control your character is a lot different. It feels way different. And there's just like all kinds of things like that that I think ultimately improve the game.
A couple questions. First off, what the hell were they thinking when they got rid of gym badges? That's like a hallmark.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I actually admire that they're willing to kind of take a look at those sort of tenured Pokemon mechanics and kind of rethink them. Now, to be fair, trials are not like a total reimagining of gym badges. Like you still have to kind of, you have to collect you have to go do the trials. You still have to fight people to earn them. But like, there's also these other aspects where like you're doing like weird things. Like one time I had to identify like. He showed me a bunch of dancing Cubones, and I had to identify which one was like different than the other ones.
Okay.
One time I had to like collect ingredients to like to make a soup to attract a really powerful Pokemon.
Interesting.
And then,
all right, then
it's a lot of like really cool stuff like that where I didn't know what was going to happen, which I liked. Like I was like, I don't know what this next trial is going to be. I'm excited to figure it out. Where in the past it was like, all right, next gym, got a series of fights I got to do.
How much customization do you have over your avatar here?
Quite a bit. You can change your clothes. You can change your pants, your shoes. I put on glasses on my guy.
Aside from like clothes, though, like can you change like how your face looks and stuff?
You can change your skin tone, and you can be a boy or a girl.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? That's more than you got in Pokemon Go, so that's good.
There you go.
Is there a lot more customization than X and Y? Like, is it more robust now?
It's about on par with X and Y, where Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire like brought it down significantly. Like you couldn't change your clothes, but here you can get haircuts. You can change your hair color. You can change your clothes. You can't buy pants though, which I found really frustrating. You have to wear capris or shorts. Okay, so here's something else I want to show off that is like another big change for Pokemon. They got rid of HMs, which I didn't even know.
Thank goodness.
They're called hidden machines. I had no idea.
They're called hidden machines and TMs, and HMs were just a thing that had to go for a very long time.
TMs are still around, but HMs,
that's cool.
Like you basically would let you teach your Pokemon something like this, for example. Like see these boulders here? You could teach a Pokemon this move to break those boulders, and you basically have to sacrifice a move of maybe like one of your stronger Pokemon in order to do that. But now you basically, as you progress through the game, you get access to these. Like I didn't have to catch a Torus, they just gave it to me. I didn't have to catch a Stoutland. They just gave it to me, and he can sniff around and find secrets and stuff like that.
Now, what are you trying to say that this Pokemon that you're on right now, it has its moveset, but the ability that you are using that is the equivalent of an HM, you don't have to replace that with an ability. That is just tacked on?
Okay. This guy, Stoutland, he is not in my party. He's just a Pokemon that I can call in to do stuff.
Weird.
Yeah. And then we also...
So, like, I guess in the meta here of the game, where does this Pokemon exist physically in the world?
Look, don't worry about it, Wade. It's fine.
But, like it has to. You're just like pulling it out of the ethereal plane. Like, what is going on here?
You have a little device that kind of looks like a what's that stuff you spray in your mouth? Breath spray. Why am I fighting a Yungoos again?
Banaka?
Yeah. It kind of looks like a little spray bottle. And then you basically just call them. Yeah.
Okay, I was on board with Pokeballs and storing them in little ball, but that is just one step too far.
You're done. You're out.
Can you customize which Pokemon you can ride? Because it was said in the beginning that you could ride almost every Pokemon, though it's kind of looking a little...
Yeah, no, I've only gotten, like, it was very specific which ones I got. It was like, you have, like, it was part of the plot. Like, I got Torus. And they're like, all right, this is your Torus that you ride to break blocks now. So I don't think I can change that. Because also you have a very specific set of animations for that Pokemon.
And I noticed you have Glide with Charizard. Is that Fly?
That is Fly. So that's your fast travel, and that's just something that you just get at some point in the plot.
But Charizard is not in your party.
Charizard is not in my party.
That's so weird. What were they thinking? First the badges and now this.
Wade, it's okay.
No.
It's good.
Okay, XP share. I noticed that with the last X and Y.
Yeah, that's been around for a while.
And that is automatic?
You can turn that off if you want.
Okay, but it's not an item you get like it was earlier.
It is an item that you can turn off if you want.
But I mean, like, you get it right away, right?
Yeah, pretty early on. Okay. Yeah, I think it's like after the first trial.
What is this?
This is my favorite in terms of this really dumb HMs. So this is the one that you use to push blocks around. But it's like, I just like him lounging there.
I like that he has gloves.
Yeah,
like human holding gloves.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch these Pokemon. They're very poisonous.
Well, you mentioned HMs, but what are these called instead?
They're called like ride something, ride share or something. Uber is what they're called. No, it does have a specific name, but I don't know it off the top of my head. So we're gonna fast travel here. We'll go to. I'm trying to keep this generally spoiler free because I know a lot of people are like kind of starting the game today. But I did want to show off a lot of the new stuff. So let's go somewhere that's kind of early in the game. So you start at Mele Island. I think that's how it's pronounced.
And Kyle, what's the plot of this game? What am I doing when I start this?
Oh man, you're like a kid who just wants to be a trainer, and that's just your life's goal. You know, like that's really what you want to do, and you're gonna do it, and no one's gonna stop you from doing it.
But I'm assuming somewhere along the line, the plot thickens.
There's more to it than that. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it.
As long as we don't start in the back of your mom's truck, it's fine.
Yes. Yeah, that was one of them, wasn't it?
Which one was that?
Omega Ruby or Ruby and Sapphire. You're just like, I'm in a truck. Where am I going? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Let's find out.
Totally forgot about that.
And so, what are some of the other new mechanics here? That's just a slowpoke hanging out.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that just hang
but
out.
it belongs to a trainer. You can't just go talk
to it. You learn very quickly that there's never a reason to go talk to a Pokemon because all they do is just say like, I'm a Pokemon.
Right. What happens if you try and catch a trainer's Pokemon?
Well, the same thing that always happens, Wade. It just doesn't work.
Does Oak come out and say, not Oak, who's the professor in this one?
Kui, I think his name is.
Is that a tree?
That's a bush.
Oh, no, like
Kui.
I feel like they've got to run out of tree types eventually.
All right, so I jumped into this little menu here. This is actually weirdly the only place where stereoscopic.
Oh, that frame rate.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. This is the only place that it's actually stereoscopic 3D, which is really strange. And the way they kind of sold this when they announced it was that it was kind of like. This is kind of
Pokemon Snap.
It's a little bit like Pokemon Snap. It's pretty shallow, so I don't. It's not the return of Pokemon Snap here. And what you do is you take these pictures. Like there's just spots that you kind of find in the environment where you can take pictures. Like I got 6 shots, I think.
Are there any challenges? Like, catch this Butterfree doing something silly, or
I haven't found any that were like that. Like mostly it's just like just try to get the best picture that you
What do you
can.
get though? Like what's the
You get like upgraded camera. You don't really get any items or anything that
do I get upgraded frame rate?
No, you don't get upgraded.
It was pretty rough.
frame rate.
But I do like the first person aspect of that. That is very cool to me.
Let's see which one's my best one. Probably this one, right? That one.
I like that one.
It's
that
not
one's
centered though.
It's not centered.
But it's, you know, the slightly off center is artistic.
I'm sorry, it's not wonderful.
Oh, wow.
I got some thumbs up
Wait,
there.
what the hell was that?
Yeah, it's like social media.
Just a bunch of random generated comments.
Yeah, it's cool.
Look at that like economy in full bloom.
There you go.
Wow.
And then as you get
Who
more
needs Facebook?
as you get more thumbs up and stuff, you get like you can upgrade your camera and.
Can you take selfies with Pokemon? I think that's what really matters.
No, I don't think because you kind of could in XY a little bit.
Really?
But you can't just pull out your camera whenever you want.
Does this integrate with Pokemon Go at all?
No, it does not. Though when I asked them about that in an interview, and they said that like it's certainly something they want to do, but it's not something that they were prepared to do right out of the gate.
Gotcha.
So I have to ask this, Kyle. Why are you dressed like such a hipster right now?
I don't know. It's kind of how I dress in general.
Is it?
I don't know, man. Your pants are way tighter than mine right now, Kevin. You got nothing to talk about.
Is it a law that Pokemon trainers have to wear baseball caps?
Yeah, I don't know. I've actually asked them about that before. Of like, why do I always have to wear a hat? And they were just the guy, Junichi Masuda, who's like a longtime producer on the series, was just like, yeah, you just wear hats. Like that's what they do.
It's like, what are you supposed to spin around when you throw your Pokemon and say, I choose you?
Exactly. So,
are there any like weird hats? Like X and Y had that weird Pangoro hat that you got at the end.
yeah, you can buy some like some different hats. Like you don't have to wear a baseball cap.
What is that?
This one's
What
cool.
is that thing?
This is was it Kevin Sharpedo?
It's Sharpedo.
Oh, there we go.
Also known as my beautiful glass cannon.
Yeah, Kevin's a big fan of this one. I don't know if I have this one. I might have to go him. This is my big hint for the game is, which I think is probably pretty common knowledge, is like you want to give one of your strong Pokemon a false swipe. It's super handy.
What does that do?
It basically like beats them up within an inch of their life.
Oh.
Is really what it is.
I feel like that's almost like cheating.
Yeah.
Because part of the
man,
really
it's
big challenge of
strategy.
catching Pokemon is to... Well, no, the strategy is finding a way to do that without basically a one-hit move.
Nah, it's just false swipe. That's all you gotta do. Then we can look at some other things here too. Some other new things. They actually cleaned up a lot of the UI, where like X and Y and Omega Ruby, they had like just a ton of crap. Oh, you know what? Actually,
what's this?
This
care
is a
thing?
good place. Oh, guys, I missed the prompt. That was. How do you? It's Pokmon Ami is how it's pronounced, Kevin.
Yeah,
right?
Pokmon
okay. I was
Ami.
never sure how to pronounce it. So it kind of functions the same as it did in the last game, where you can kind of just like build your relationship with your Pokemon by looking at them and rubbing their bellies. But now, additionally, as part of that, you can actually, it lets you, after a battle, you can actually use Pokmon Ami to like get rid of status ailments. So like,
that's
he's
fairly interesting.
yeah, he's in good shape right now.
Look at that.
So he doesn't really need anything. Oh, we should actually switch over to my fully evolved Litten here.
You're Incineroar.
Yeah, because it's like he's like a freaking wrestler. Like, look at this guy. But it's like, so I feel awkward. Like, I don't really want to touch you. But
You know,
like,
the
Look at that.
the humanoid Pokemon kind of freak me out a little bit.
yeah, I
Look
was
at that wink. He's so excited that you pat his belly.
I was really excited about Litten because I'm a big cat guy. I like cats, and like I was really disappointed when he turned into a freaking wrestler
Yeah,
at the end
that's
of the
weird.
game.
At least he is not firefighting.
What are you
That is-
feeding it?
Yeah, he's like Fire Dark, I think, right?
Yeah.
What was that thing you just gave it?
It was a bean. It's like a little Pokemon bean. But it's nice because I totally ignored that mode in the past. It did nothing for me. I did not care at all. But this time it actually serves a purpose. It basically gives you like a free way to get rid of status ailments, which is nice.
I like that.
So-
So like frozen, burned, poison, all that stuff.
Yeah, like you can basically rub mud off them and stuff like that. So it's just like I said, it's like a nice free way to get rid of those status
So how do you
ailments.
get rid of the poison though? Like, do you have to like suck it out of them?
No, it's just like a little dropper thing.
So does this mean that items in this game sort of have less permeance in the world? Like it doesn't matter?
Well, that's the thing is like you can just totally ignore the Pokemon Ami stuff and just do it as you normally would. You know,
But
like,
if it
use the
costs you
items.
money to buy items, then why wouldn't you want to do that?
Well, because it takes more time to do Pokemon Ami, and maybe you don't want to like rub your, giant panda on the chin or something.
Who would want to do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at how mad that panda is.
He's so cute.
See, but like, man, the beach looks so relaxed, but then who would want to spend a day on the beach if you're attacked constantly by Pokemon?
Well, you just gotta stay in one spot. And
I
don't
guess.
If it makes you even more afraid, there's that sandcastle ghost Pokemon that like steals souls.
You know
Yeah.
what? I can't wait to see the freaking set of keys thing. That
Yeah. Oh, Klefki's here.
Oh,
He's
weird.
one of my favorites.
So this whole beach is tall grass, basically. How is that?
Well,
illustrated?
actually, you actually saw an icon on screen. Like, I actually engaged this Starmie by walking up to it.
Gotcha.
And that's actually one thing, another difference that I really like about Pokemon Moon is you have a lot more opportunity to dodge fights if you don't want to be part of them. Like, there's still a lot of grass that you have to walk through. Like, there's a lot of grass that you can't bypass. Oh, cool. I didn't have a Staryu yet.
You have to put all your Pokemon on a registry?
It's your Pokedex,
What is
man.
this weird, like, government control Orwellian universe we live in?
Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, shoot.
All right, what are you
Always-
going to call it?
Well, we got to go this, right? There we
It's
go.
real mature, you, Kyle.
Hey, man. Got to go with the standard.
It doesn't have one though. it's a star.
Yeah, it's still got a butt, though.
All right.
Oh, wait. He left an item for me. He
You
pooped out an item.
Oh,
so you can see Pokemon on the beach here
Sometimes.
and approach them.
Yeah, it depends. But like I said, like there is still tons of grass that you have to walk through. Like there's still unavoidable combat scenarios. But for the most part, like when you find grass, you can just walk around it. There's usually trails in there and stuff like that. And it just I really appreciate that from the sense of like sometimes I just don't want to fight. Like I'm just trying to get to the next plot point. I don't really need to start a fight. And that extends to the trainers that jump out at you while you're walking around. I've actually pretty much beat all of them at this point. So we might not get a chance to see it, but basically the screen dims if there's a trainer nearby who wants to fight you, and you can actually like avoid their line of sight. Like it gives you a chance to say like, oh, I don't want to fight you right now.
That is an interesting thing, though. You mentioned earlier that we are off grid. So how can you avoid line of sight if you're not really sure where they're looking?
Well, like this guy, for example.
You have to clearly cross. His
Yeah,
path.
like when he fought me earlier, and when I walked up to the screen would dim here, letting me know that I will start a fight if I keep walking forward.
Okay.
And obviously, if you want to be successful at Pokemon, you want to start those fights.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to have more options to avoid fights when you don't really want to take part in that.
And
so you like the new stealth mechanics to this Pokemon game?
I do, yeah, because it is almost kind of like a stealth mechanic. Because sometimes I don't want to fight.
God, that shark thing is horrifying.
All right, here we'll fight this, and then we'll show off Pokepelago.
Here's a Tentacool. You can't go back to previous generation places, though, right? You can't go to Kanto or Johto or anything.
No, unless it's like super late game stuff that I just haven't found yet. There's no path back to,
So,
previous games.
Here's a question actually about classic Pokemon that's on a lot of people's minds. Is there like, do you get to keep both Alolan Pokemon and their normal forms, or?
I think so. What I've encountered is just like Alola form Rattata, for example. Like I never found a normal Rattata in the world. But then there are some who Tentacool, for example, looks like he always has. He's not Alola form.
All right.
So I think
Guys, what's Lola?
Alola is the where you are. Alola. That's the
name of this place?
Yeah. You act like it's like so absurd. It sounds like a Hawaiian word.
Well, okay, it makes sense, I guess, but you never introduced this world as Alola, so I was super confused.
Okay. I'm sorry, Wade. This is Alola, and what Kevin is referencing is Alola form Pokemon. So you like Rattata actually looks different in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
But like Tentacool looks the same.
Yeah, he looks the same. It just depends. Some look different, some don't.
Dugtrio now has like beautiful long blonde hair.
And the Executor looks like a palm tree.
Yeah. In fact, I think where we are in the game, I think we're actually heading towards Executor
Are those Executors
Island.
in the background there?
No. Pretty cool.
Isn't that weird though? Like, there are inanimate like plants that look exactly like their Pokemon form. For some reason, there's a distinction though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in this world, there are no bugs, there's no rats, but there are bug type and rat type Pokemon. And there's tree type Pokemon, but then there's trees. It's such a what is that ball?
That's netball. Those work better for water Pokemon.
Well, if you think about it, like walking stick bugs kind of evolved to look like trees, so it could have been the same with Pokemon.
I don't
but there's
know.
no like standard Pokemon called Bug that we decided. It's like, oh, this is a bug type because they all look like this one guy.
Yeah.
It's like they just found the word bug on their own or something.
Something like that. Like, I think in the first Pokemon Blue and Red, the Pokedex says that Pikachu is like a mouse.
Electric mouse
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. And then like Blue was like reading the Pokedex and like, what the hell's a mouse?
So this is what we were talking about earlier. See, he's poisoned. So I can grab this medicine and I can just kind of rub it on him. Which is, I don't know, can you censor this way? Because this is kind of NSFW right now.
And if you...
and this is how I'm curing his poison. So I can do that instead of using an item.
And if you don't cure it and you continue to walk, he'll slowly lose health, right?
Yep, just as he always has, yeah.
And so do you get all of those like cure-all items in the beginning, or do you get them as you play the game?
They are just all there right from the start.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
Yeah. But like I said, it takes a lot longer to do that. So that's kind of the sort of, that's what you're deciding to do, is like, do you want to take the time to do that, or do you want to just use an item?
But there was real tension in being stuck in like Mountain Moon and like having your Pokemon poisoned and not having any way to cure it and just hoping for the best.
Wait, you just need to be better at playing Pokemon.
I guess.
That's the issue here.
Skyle, I have a very important question.
Let's hear it.
At what point will the developers realize they've made too many Pokemon?
I don't think that's going to happen, man.
They're just going to keep going. They're going to reach like 5,000 and say, this is good.
That's like asking God if he feels like he made enough animals, Wade. It's not going to happen.
I mean, the newest grass starter is based off of animal that died, so we can go deeper. We can go into the past.
Which one is that?
The Ducey Dolai, I think that's how you say it.
It's based in like an extinct species or something?
It's based on an extinct owl in Hawaii.
Oh, weird.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I cannot look at this Sharpedo like while he's doing that without thinking that it's just screaming
Are you
the
sure?
entire time.
Okay, so does it evolve into Sharknado?
No, that'd be amazing.
No, it actually evolves from piranha.
God, this game makes no sense.
Wait, you act like you've never played a Pokemon game.
You know what? You're right. I just got to let go.
Makes sense.
Let go of it all.
You really do. You gotta forget everything you know about everything when you play a Pokemon game.
2v2s are in this game, right?
Yeah, you just saw a Tentacool called in a friend to fight.
And then and can you add a second one mid-battle?
No, but you do run into some battles like in the plot where you are doing like, where you have two players.
So you can't call in a friend, but wild Pokemon can.
Yes, that's correct. Unless it, like I said, there are plot situations where you will call in a friend.
All right.
So watching you go through this dirt trail, are there bicycles in this anymore?
No, there are no more bicycles because if you want to go fast, you just jump on your Torus.
No.
That's kind of like the replacement for that.
What the hell is that?
This is a new one.
Now, is that related to Krabby and Kingler and all that?
Nope, he's totally new. He's one of the few. He's like one of the few like brand new Pokemon.
He kind of reminds me of Dudley from Street Fighter.
Crab
I can
roller.
see that. I already got one of him.
God,
So.
Let's fight.
Why is
like
that
gentlemen.
crab wearing boxing gloves?
Those are his claws, man.
His claws are boxing gloves.
Yeah. All right, here. Let's look at another new thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Did I talk about the? I don't know if I did actually in enough detail, but like grid movement is gone.
Yeah.
Which, man, I'm so glad that
That sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it was a mainstay of the series, but like there was such a disconnect in X and Y when there was still a grid, but it was in 3D.
Right. So yeah, that's really cool, and I do appreciate how the camera, I'm fine with this default position, but I do like when it kind of comes down and gets a little closer in certain scenarios.
There we go. I was trying to get that.
Hey, wow! Look at you. Can you do the bingo dance?
No, you can't do the bingo dance. It's a really missed opportunity here.
What are those?
What do you guys
Can
you sing the Fifth Element opera?
Nope, I can't. I've never tried, actually. There's no video evidence that I've ever tried.
Kyle, am I seeing double? Why are they just twins? What is this?
Well, there's more than one version of Pokemon. Like,
Kyle, I'm talking about the guys. Those two humans.
Oh, they're probably twins. Okay, here, let's look at we'll look at some Pokedex stuff here. Let's see, the Pokepelago.
Yeah.
That's one of the new things, which I like. It doesn't really give you a ton of stuff, so to speak. Like, the big value of this is like to get Pokemon berries and items, and you don't get a ton from it. But the big thing that I like about it is that it basically gives the Pokemon that you have living in your PC like something to do. Like, it feels like they're not just like living in a computer.
You're flying through about 50 things right now that I'm super confused about. What is this?
Well, there's a lot. So I have these different islands. that I collect those beans, and then I can kind of use them to sort of grow the island. And all these Pokemon that are sitting around are ones that like live in my PC, you know, that aren't in my party.
Oh, look at that little Ghastly.
Yeah, and they can collect stuff. Like this is one where you just collect beans, and I think I can feed them stuff. Yeah, so I can just give them a bunch of beans. The rainbow ones are the best ones.
Of course, the rainbow ones are the best.
But then there's like, and
so who is this guy or whoever this is?
It's a woman.
This woman.
She runs your islands, man. Like,
but these are physical play. I thought they just went into like digital, like.
Well, that's
PC land.
That's the nice thing about Alola, man, is they have a place where they can go and they can relax. See, I'm growing berries here. I got a field.
Okay, so
on this island.
So there was a big backlash against that, and so they want an open range Pokemon.
Exactly,
free range Pokemon.
There you go. And this is where I can send them into a dangerous cave to retrieve things for me. So they're going to return in 22 hours. So if I check in tomorrow, there might be some items waiting for me. And I don't remember what this one is, but you know, Ghastly's there.
Do they level up at all doing any of this stuff?
I think you can, in some of the islands, you can increase like specific stats. So you can make like, I can pick that Ghastly and say like, hey, you should be better at attacking people.
Okay.
And it's cool. I like it because it's just like a way, like it's a very passive game. Like a passive mini game, so you kind of set it up and then you go play the normal game and you kind of check back in once a day, and there might be stuff here waiting for you.
What if I don't care about any of this and don't want to do it?
Man, you can ignore the hell out of this if you want.
If I just want to put him in Bill's PC and just leave him there.
That's right. Just leave him to Bill. Let Bill take care of him.
But okay, so the Pelago is effectively your PC where they live.
Yeah. You do have to put them there. Like you have to elect who goes there.
I saw a QR code thing. What was that?
So the QR code, you can pull up. Let me see here, actually. So if I look in my Pokedex.
So one quick question about Pokepelago. Can you like switch Pokemon out like a normal PC?
Yeah, like you can elect who's there and who's not.
Yeah, but so like can you go to it and then switch out with your party?
Like pull someone directly from there and put them in your party?
Yes.
I think you still have to go to a PC.
All right.
Like they're still listed in your PC even if they're there. So I forgot what I came in here to look at.
QR code stuff?
Oh, QR code stuff. Okay, so Mudsdale, he's one of the new guys. I can pull up his QR code and then like you can actually scan that with your 3DS you won't get Mudsdale as like you won't own him, but he will be added to your Pokedex.
Someone else can scan it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other thing you can do is you can actually just scan random QR codes and it will generate like a random entry for your Pokedex.
Huh.
And it's usually, all the ones that I did that were just random QR codes that I found were like Pokemon that aren't in Alola, if that makes sense.
Do people in Japan, like, are they super into QR codes? Because I think that kind of died in the U.S.
Maybe. That's a good question. It's handy in terms of like what they're trying to do.
I've just never been tempted to scan any QR codes in my life. I don't know about you guys.
Direct links you wanted to go to?
Not so much.
Yeah.
But okay, so but there's a lot more items in the menu that I think
which is
clarification,
which is actually fewer than they were in the last games. So you got Pokemon, you got your bag, you got your Pokedex save. Quick Link is like how you connect to someone standing next to you to trade Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. What was the thing on the?
I'm gonna go back to that.
All right.
So this is like kind of your progress tracker. Basically, like it shows.
So
how
it's
far
your
you're
trainer card.
Yes, it's your trainer card. Yeah, shows what trials you've done and stuff like that. We looked at Pokepelago QR scanner options. You can actually record your battles if you want to go back and watch them, or you can share those battles with other people.
Like, can you do it after the fact? Say, hey, that was cool. Now I want to save it.
I think you have to elect to do it.
Like in advance?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
Okay, and this is the Festival Plaza, and this is kind of this like weird side game where again you can do some leveling of your Pokemon here, and you can collect some items and stuff like that. Like you can do the lottery once a day, I think, and hopefully get something. But the other thing that it functions as is like a physical location where you can kind of meet up with friends and like play online. Cool. And like, so I would go here to, meet Dan Tack to go have him kick my ass in Pokemon.
Is this like a proximity thing, or it has to be?
This
like
is online.
List?
This is online and proximity as well.
Is this where Wonder Trades and whatnot happen now?
Yes. Yeah. So like. And also, it kind of like, if you have people on your friends list, like they'll kind of fill out here.
Yeah.
So this is like Dan Tack, who hasn't been playing a ton yet.
What was that?
I can tell him to go to Thump Bump Park.
Kyle, what was that?
That's how you say hello in Alola.
Really?
Yeah, Alola. Because it's like Aloha, right?
Dan does not seem happy with the place you put him.
He loves the Thump Bump Park. It's very nice. He feels yes right now.
Oh my god.
And he gave me some points here.
So what are those points for?
You can upgrade the festival to like add more things, which is like the one that we see in the background here, like lets you dye your clothes different colors, and then there's like places like that little bouncy house is a place that you can send a Pokemon to level them up.
Oh, you know? So what was the ghost one?
The ghost one is like I don't know. We'd have to go. Let's go look and see.
Kyle's an only child.
Okay, please. No, I'm the middle child. Let's see. That's yes. Ben Reeves, by the way. Cool. Oh man, Dan gave me like 40. You only gave me 3. This I think you send Pokemon in here, and then they can level up. Let's see.
Oh, it's called Confuse Ray. That's so cute.
Oh, they're closed today. Okay.
Is this a virtual place or like a physical place in the world? I think it's virtual because
I think it is a virtual place.
Yeah.
Like this is I think, and I could be wrong about this, in the fiction of the world, I think this is you entering the equivalent of a Pokemon PC to like meet up with friends.
Okay, all right. I'm really straining here. I'm really trying to keep up.
I don't know if you heard this from Reiner yesterday, but Pokemon is sci-fi.
It is. It really is, man.
But no, here's the thing. I want to take this universe seriously. I really do. But when it keeps just straining credulity, I'm really struggling here with what they're presenting me.
Hey guys, I want to. This is something I talked about earlier. See this here? This is like you'll see this a lot. Like there's a path here to get around stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to avoid everything.
Oh, you didn't pick up that item.
Oh, I missed that. I don't think I've explored this place too much.
I think it's interesting. They're keeping the trope alive where an item like lemonade appears as a Pokeball.
Yeah, don't worry.
For some reason.
Look at that Team Skull member.
Okay, so check this out. I got another thing that I was talking about earlier. See how it dims there?
Okay.
So that guy, he wants to fight me.
Look at him. So I can toss around. I can leave. Is that a Pokeball he's tossing up?
Yeah, probably. So I can try to avoid him if I want, but let's get into a fight here. We'll meet some Team Skull guys.
Oh, it took him a while to notice you.
Yeah. What a lovely good day. Team Skull is interesting. They are a bunch of cool people.
And the new Team Rocket.
They're kind of they're like juggalos, basically. I mean, that's
like what?
Like
are they just
ICP fans,
from the 90s?
Insane Clown Passy fans. Like that is basically
they're
what
like
they
gigolos?
Are. Juggalos. You know what a juggalo is?
You know, maybe you shouldn't tell him. Just let him be.
You find out what a juggalo is on your own.
I'm just going to go with gigolos.
But you know the Insane Clown Posse, right? Like you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically like that's what Insane Clown Posse fans call themselves. They're juggalos.
It isn't. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, I didn't come up with it, man.
You know what? I'm really trying to understand a lot of information that's coming my way right now. This is a both
in the real world and the world of Pokemon.
So like, I mean, just okay. I'm sure a lot of people still play Pokemon Go. Do you think in like?
I'm one of those guys.
Do you think in like 8 years they'll have caught up with all the Pokemon that are currently out? Like they'll release like 100 a year or so?
Yeah, actually I do. I think they could catch up.
Blow drying this guy?
Yeah, he's wet. Oh, like you're feeling better, right? You little cutie pie. Okay.
Are there still any like other things you can do with your Pokemon, like the Pokemon contest or?
No, contests are gone, thank God. Yeah, not a lot of stuff like that, which I actually appreciate. I like that. I feel like they kind of did a good job of getting rid of a lot of extraneous stuff from Moon. So, but yeah. So I think this is a good look at the game. There's a lot of new stuff, and that's kind of what I was hoping to show off was like all the new stuff. Because they did change a lot, and it helped the game, and I really like Sun and Moon.
Is our review currently up?
Our review is currently up. I gave it an 8.5. You can find it on the website. I'm gonna kick this Team Skull member person's butt, and that's what we're gonna call it.
They didn't greet you with your aloha.
Well, they don't like me. She's a
hand signal.
She's mean. Oh, this guy's cool.
Oh.
But wait, thanks so much for sitting in and asking me questions.
Thank you. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm exhausted after learning all this stuff.
And Kevin, thank you for coming and watching me play Pokemon.
Yeah, of course. Any excuse to look at more Pokemon is awesome.
Another thing we totally forgot to mention was trainers now appear in the fight, which is awesome. I really love that. But yeah, that's Pokemon Moon. It's good. You should play it, and you'll have a good time. Thanks for watching, everybody.